You see yourself in, I ain't gonna say 5 years, in like 2 years.
I see myself in my high rise sipping me a mimosa with me a rich baller.
So that's your dream house, like a skyrise?
Mm-hmm. For now. In 2 years there, yeah.
Where at? Do it matter what location?
Somewhere like South Beach, Miami Tees.
Type shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they say, how has this past year been blown up out of like power?
It was kind of shocking. Like, it just hit me. It didn't really hit me at first. Like, now that people come take pictures of me, I'm like, wow, like, I'm really popular now. Like, when celebrities started noticing me and stuff, I'm like, wow. Like, it didn't really hit me. I always used to say, oh, I want to be TikTok famous. And it finally came. I'm just like, damn, I'm TikTok famous.
So I'm going to cheat another question in though. Okay, so like, how you be feeling like when fans come up to you and how that shit make you feel?
I be honestly shocked. Sometimes I be shy, but I be shocked like, wow, you would want a picture with me?
Never.
In the early hours of Sunday, July 5th, 2026, a lime green Lamborghini Urus was moving west along Sunshine Boulevard in Miramar, Florida. Inside were 3 young people on their way home after a long holiday weekend. Within seconds, a white sedan pulled up alongside them, and gunfire tore through the vehicle more than a dozen times. The SUV rolled roughly a block, blew through a stop sign, and came to rest in the front yard of a house whose owners were asleep inside. By the time paramedics arrived, all 3 occupants had been shot. One of them, 21-year-old Brianna Johnson, known to hundreds of thousands online as Dreamdoll Bri, would not survive. This is a story that has been told online many times already, often stripped of context and turned into spectacle. On Crime Autopsy, we want to do something different, to lay out what has actually been confirmed by investigators and reporters, to understand who Brianna Johnson was beyond the headlines, and to treat her death, and the deaths and injuries of the people she was with the seriousness they deserve. This is not a story about a TikTok drama. It's a homicide investigation, a grieving family, and a community left asking why. Brianna Johnson grew up in Broward County, part of the tight-knit, high-energy social media culture that has flourished in South Florida over the past several years. Online, she was known under a few different handles: Dreamdoll Bri on Instagram and It Girl Bri on TikTok, where she had built an audience of roughly 380,000 followers. Combined with her Instagram following, she was reaching close to 500,000 people with her content. She didn't start out as an influencer. By her own account, she began posting on TikTok after going through a rough financial stretch, having lost several $1,000s and needing a way to rebuild. Her first video, made almost on a whim, earned her a modest payout, and it was enough to make her wonder what a viral video could do. Working with her sister, she began experimenting with comedic skits, dance trends, and lifestyle content. One of those early videos, a light-hearted bit filmed at a drive-through window, went viral and marked a turning point. From there, her following grew quickly, and she leaned further into content creation, eventually stepping away from traditional work entirely to focus on it full-time. Music became her next chapter. Brianna was a featured voice on the track Bend Over, released in the spring of 2026 in collaboration with fellow South Florida creator and artist Sadity Rax. The song became a viral TikTok sound, and it helped cement her identity as not just an influencer, but an emerging artist in her own right. One drawing on the same regional sound and swagger associated with Miami-Dade and Broward hip-hop legends like Uncle Luke, Trina, Trick Daddy, and Jackie O, as well as newer acts like City Girls. She talked openly about her ambitions, describing a future for herself that included a high-rise apartment somewhere like South Beach, and continued growth as both a musician and a public figure. Friends and family who spoke to reporters in the days after her death described her consistently as warm, funny, loyal, and generous, someone who didn't hold grudges over small things, and who genuinely enjoyed connecting with the people who supported her online. In one clip that circulated widely after her passing, she talked about not wanting friends to feel obligated to pay her back for small amounts of money, explaining that she valued relationships over minor transactions.
Y'all, I don't know if it's me, but I hate when my friends be trying to pay me back for some petty money. Like, say
they ain't got cash out. About, oh, cash out somebody $10. I'm gonna give you the $10 cash. You ain't gotta give me that, bitch. It's just $10. Like, we getting food. We at McDonald's. You want a $5 meal. Oh, I'm gonna pay you $5 back. You don't gotta pay me back no $5. Oh, I'm gonna give you the $20. Just get this. Nice. You borrowing $200. Yeah, give my $200. That's like to like some friends, like they genuinely traumatized. Like maybe their old friends traumatized them. Like they probably a problem. Like, oh, they came back my money. I paid for this and that. She paid me back. I don't know. I don't do like that. Like I feel like she be unnecessary.
It's a small moment, but one that a lot of people who knew her pointed back to as representative of who she really was. Just weeks before the shooting, Brianna had celebrated her 21st birthday, a milestone she was clearly excited about.
I turn 21 tomorrow. When I say I'm going back to motherfucking 2-4, I'm finna be 21. And I already told my old girl, all that trying to tell me what to do, trying to little girl me that is dead. I'm 21. I'm booking hotels, B&Bs, bitch. I'm popping my bitch. I'm 21. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it feel good to be 21 because I'm really grown now. Like, stay in a child's place. First of all, I don't play with kids. I'm grown to find somebody to play with. 21, no kids. But what happened? I'm at every scene, every function with my ID shirt up in the bill. Turn me around now.
She talked about it as the start of a new chapter, booking trips, feeling more independent, and stepping fully into adulthood. She had also been open about grief of her own. A close friend and fellow creator, referred to online as Lala, had died in November of 2025, a loss that Brianna said affected her deeply. Friends said that in the months after, she leaned into her work and her relationships as a way of moving forward, telling followers that while she'd had difficult moments, she tried not to let herself stay in a low place for long. By the summer of 2026, Brianna Johnson was, by most accounts, someone whose life was visibly on the rise. A young woman building a career, a fan base, and a future for herself in real time, in front of an audience that had come to feel like they knew her. The night that would end in tragedy began, like so many South Florida holiday weekends do, with a party. Over the 4th of July weekend, Brianna attended a large gathering at a rented mansion-style Airbnb in the Miramar area, the kind of property with a pool, a jacuzzi, sweeping water views, and, according to Brianna's own videos, a yacht docked nearby. In clips she posted that day, she gave her followers a tour of the property, clearly excited about the scale of it, joking with friends about how big the house was, and describing the gathering as a private event rather than an open invitation party. Video from the party itself shows a packed house, influencers, content creators, and partygoers filling the property, with cash reportedly being tossed around at points during the celebration, a common sight at these kinds of South Florida gatherings. By all accounts from people who were there, Brianna was in good spirits. There is no public record of any dispute or confrontation involving her at the party itself. The trouble began afterward, in the early hours of July 5th, when Brianna and her group left the party and stopped at a Shell gas station. There, according to multiple witnesses, a physical altercation broke out between two women unrelated to Brianna's immediate circle.
Get on the beat, bro. Hey, get on the beat. Hey. Hold on. Hey. Hey. Hey, go. Hey, come on, bro. Hey, pull out. Hey, V. They gotta back up. Hey, so he can back up and he can pull out.
Video from the scene appeared to show Brianna nearby during the chaos, and in the days that followed, rumours spread online suggesting she had been directly involved in the fight. One of the women who was actually involved in the altercation later spoke out to correct the record. She said Brianna had not been a participant in the fight at all. That at one point, after the woman's wig came off during the scuffle, Brianna picked it up, and the two of them joked about it afterward. According to this witness, there was no lingering conflict, no threats, and nothing that would suggest the fight had anything to do with what happened next. It's worth being clear about this, because in the immediate aftermath of Brianna's death, some corners of the internet tried to draw a direct line between that gas station altercation and the shooting, a connection that, as of this recording, investigators have not confirmed. After the incident at the gas station, Brianna's group prepared to head home. She had been travelling with her hairstylist, a close friend identified publicly as Kaseri, along with two young men Brianna often referred to online as her cousins. One of them, Arthur Lee Johnson III, was in fact her actual cousin. Around 5:00 a.m, Kaseri was dropped off at her own destination, leaving Brianna and the two men to continue on in the Lamborghini without her. At approximately 5:33 a.m, as the SUV travelled westbound on Sunshine Boulevard near Southwest 27th Court in Miramar, a white sedan, described by police as possibly a BMW, pulled up alongside the driver's side. Someone inside opened fire, striking the Lamborghini more than a dozen times. Miramar Police Chief Delrish Moss later described the gunfire as rapid and said investigators believe the vehicle was deliberately targeted, though a motive has not been publicly identified. All three occupants were struck. The driver lost control, and the SUV travelled roughly a block, ran through a stop sign, and crashed into the front yard of a nearby home, a moment captured on the homeowner's Ring doorbell camera and later shared widely online. No one inside the house was hurt, though the family living there was, understandably, shaken awake by a gunfire-riddled vehicle crashing onto their property in the middle of the night. Police responded within moments after receiving a shot-spotter alert, Miramar's gunfire detection system, and found all three victims suffering from gunshot wounds. One neighbour, Eugenia Cruz, told reporters she initially assumed the gunfire was leftover 4th of July fireworks, before realising what had actually happened. In the days that followed, Miramar police released 911 calls from the scene, and they captured just how chaotic and frightening those first minutes were.
Okay, where are you located, sir?
I'm not sure. I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Are you in Fort Lauderdale or are you in Miramar, sir?
I don't know where I'm at.
Okay, where's the person now? Okay.
Please help me. Please. Please.
I understand,
No.
sir.
No.
Hello.
Come on, Jason. Come on, Jason. Come on, Jason.
You need to give me a...
Hey, come to my location now. Come. Police, come.
Hello.
Come. We're down the street. We're down the street.
Hello, sir.
I'm here. Yes, it's me. I don't know. We're down the location. Police.
Repeat that one more time. Ma'am. Ma'am. Okay.
I can't do this. I can't. Yes.
Okay. I have it here. Listen, I have the completely given up on how this person looks.
I don't know. Just come to the address, please.
They are going to be on the way, but we need to know how the subject looks.
Do this. I can't.
Ma'am, calm down. You screaming is not going to help.
I cannot.
You can, is that what you're trying to say?
I cannot do this right now.
Give the phone to someone who can speak with me. Give the phone to someone who can speak with me.
I cannot do this. Bring the ambulance here.
Yes, ma'am. We have the call. Please for rescue as well, ma'am.
I can't do this. Everything is happening today. Everything. Who the fuck is this? Everything on these
listen, we have the call for police in the fam. Hello.
Come, just come, please just come.
Okay,
Come.
So a vehicle just ran into your house, is that
I'm
correct?
just fighting. Somebody's fighting.
Okay, stay on the line with me. So you said a vehicle ran into your house and now someone is fighting, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
just stay on the line with me.
Yes.
I have police en route. Just stay on the line with me. What's the phone number that you're calling
All
from
right,
and your name?
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're
Please
welcome.
hurry up.
I have help en route. Just stay on the line with me. What's the phone number that you're calling from and your name? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, I'm this guy here.
Hello?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Hurry up because I'm so nervous, ma'am.
Okay, just stay on the line with me.
The police and the ambulance. Please.
They're already en route to you. They're coming as fast as they can. Is anyone injured?
Ma'am, I don't know because I don't want to get too close because I don't know
Okay.
why.
Okay. The police and the paramedics are on their way.
The police is on their way.
They're already en route. Stay on the line with me.
Hurry up, man. I'm so scared.
I understand.
I'm so scared.
Just take a few deep breaths. We already have the police and the paramedics en route.
Please hurry up.
They're coming as fast as they can. Are you inside of your house right now? Okay.
Hurry up, please.
Okay. Stay inside of your house. The police are coming.
I could not sleep, so I went in my living room, in my dining room. I watched TV and I heard it and I woke up my husband. Oh my God, please hurry up.
Okay, they're coming as fast as they can. I already see them coming down the street. They should be to you soon. Just stay on the line with me. I'll stay on the line with you until they get there, okay? Just try to take some deep breaths. I understand you're scared. Just try to take some deep breaths.
One caller, believed to be a passenger from the vehicle, was in visible distress, unable to give dispatchers a clear location, repeating that she wasn't sure where she was and that she couldn't process what had just happened. At another point, a resident of the home the Lamborghini crashed into called 911, telling the dispatcher that a vehicle had struck their house and that people outside seemed to be fighting, not realizing in the confusion of the moment that what they were hearing was the aftermath of a shooting rather than an altercation. These calls aren't included here for shock value. They're a reminder that behind every headline about a targeted shooting are real people, witnesses, survivors, bystanders, living through the worst moments of their lives in real time, often not even able to articulate what's happening to them. Brianna Johnson died from her injuries. Paramedics rushed all 3 victims to Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood, Florida, in critical condition, but Brianna's injuries proved fatal. Her cousin, Arthur Lee Johnson III, known to friends as AJ, also died from the shooting, a detail confirmed by investigators in the days following the incident.
Those kids, they weren't no troublemakers and set the record straight. My son had no type of gang affiliation.
Arthur's father spoke to reporters afterward, describing the difficulty of processing the loss and pushing back firmly against any suggestion that his son had any connection to gang activity or street violence. He described the young people in this circle as kids who were building careers through social media and creative work, not criminal activity, and said he had no explanation for how they ended up in the path of the shooter. The 3rd occupant of the vehicle survived, though not without serious injury. He was shot in the face and required surgery to have his jaw wired shut before eventually being released from the hospital. 2 families, in other words, were left dealing with the sudden, violent loss of their children, one of whom did not survive, and another who now carries the physical scars of that night indefinitely. As of this recording, the case remains an open homicide investigation, and no arrests have been publicly announced. Miramar Police Chief Delrish Moss has said investigators believe the Lamborghini was deliberately targeted and that the occupants may have been followed to the location, but a motive has not been made public. Detectives are continuing to search for the white sedan seen fleeing the scene, along with any additional witnesses who might help identify the shooter. In the absence of confirmed answers, social media did what social media often does. It filled the silence with speculation. After it became known that Kaseri, Brianna's hairstylist, had been dropped off shortly before the shooting occurred, Some online users began questioning her account of events and suggesting she may have had some involvement. Kaseri publicly denied any role in the attack, describing Brianna as a close friend, and stating that no one in the group had any indication they were being followed that night. At one point, under pressure from others online, she named someone she believed might have been responsible before retracting the claim and deleting the post, later explaining that she felt pushed into naming someone without solid grounds to do so. It's important to be direct about this. Police have not named Kaseri as a suspect, and no public evidence has linked her to the shooting. Family members of both victims have repeatedly and publicly asked people online to stop speculating and instead direct any actual information to investigators. That's a request worth honouring, not just as a matter of respect, but because misdirected online speculation can actively slow down real investigations by burying legitimate tips under noise and rumour. Anyone with information about the shooting or the whereabouts of those responsible is urged to contact the Miramar Police Department's homicide tip line or to submit an anonymous tip through Broward County Crime Stoppers, where tipsters may be eligible for a reward of up to $5,000. Brianna's death didn't happen in isolation. It landed in a community that was already grappling with a string of violence connected to South Florida's young influencer and nightlife scene. Miami hip-hop pioneer Luther Campbell, known as Uncle Luke, spoke about the shooting publicly, reflecting on how differently young people navigate the risk of violence today compared to when he was coming up. He described struggling to understand how conflicts that once might have ended in a fistfight or a heated argument now seem to escalate to gunfire, and he was candid about the fear that comes with raising his own teenage son in that environment, describing how he personally visits parties beforehand to check on safety rather than trusting anyone else to do it for him. Local residents who spoke to news crews in the aftermath described a mix of grief and disbelief. Neighbours near Sunshine Boulevard said they had never experienced anything like it in what they described as a close, quiet neighbourhood. Others who didn't personally know Brianna spoke more broadly about the strangeness of watching young people build entire careers and followings online, only to have their lives cut short by violence that had nothing to do with the creative work they were doing. Online, tributes poured in from fellow creators, fans, and members of the South Florida influencer community, many of whom had crossed paths with Brianna at events, parties, or collaborations over the past few years. A GoFundMe was organised to help support her family with funeral costs, reflecting the scale of the community that had grown around her over the years she spent building her platform. It would be easy to reduce this case to a handful of viral clips. The mansion party, the gas station altercation, the dramatic doorbell camera footage of a bullet-riddled Lamborghini rolling into someone's front yard. Those elements have already been chopped up, recirculated, and stripped of context across social media in the weeks since the shooting. But doing that risks losing the actual human cost of what happened here. Brianna Johnson was 21 years old. She had rebuilt her life after a financial setback, built a genuine career and community from nothing, and was, by every account from people who actually knew her, someone who tried to bring warmth and humour into the lives of the people around her. Her cousin, Arthur Lee Johnson III, lost his life alongside her, leaving a father who has had to publicly defend his son's character in the middle of unimaginable grief. A third young man will carry the physical and emotional weight of that night for the rest of his life. And an entire family several houses down had their front yard turned into a crime scene while they slept. None of that fits neatly into a headline about a TikTok influencer being killed. It's a homicide, still unsolved, involving real people who deserve more than to be reduced to their follower counts. As of now, the person or people responsible for opening fire on that Lamborghini remain unidentified. The investigation is active, and Miramar police continue to ask for the public's help. If you have any information about this case, please contact the Miramar Police Department homicide tip line or reach out anonymously through Broward County Crime Stoppers. Brianna Johnson's family and Arthur Lee Johnson III's family are still waiting for answers. The least the rest of us can do is remember them as more than a headline, and to let the people investigating their deaths do their jobs without the noise. Thank you for watching Crime Autopsy. If this case gets any updates, we'll be sure to follow up.